Hi, Internet. Welcome to the Troyan YouTube channel, home of Black Star Riders Thursdays, and Phil Lynott Thursdays, and Blue Murder Thursdays, and occasionally Thin Lizzy Thursdays. What are we listening to today? Maybe it's a Thin Lizzy song. Maybe it's not. I'm not sure what we're listening to. So, what I'm going to do is I'm pulling up the random number generator, and I'm going to see what we get. So, random number generator, what are we listening to this week? All right, seriously? Ah, jeez. All right. All right. Is zero views. Whatever. Here we are. Ah, man. Uh, the random number generator is just not showing any mercy. So many Black Star Riders songs in a row. Oh my god. Oh wow. Screw it. This is what I have been assigned to do by the gods of the random number generator. Cold War Love by Black Star Riders off of Heavy Fire. This is not rigged, folks. This is not rigged. If this was rigged, why would I do this? Why would I do this? Um, so we actually had a couple pretty good Black Star Rider songs. Yeah, the last couple Black Star Rider songs we did were actually pretty decent, at least in my opinion. As I'm recording these in advance, I'm sure the rage and fury from the comment section um, has been going. I feel that they've been probably under heavy fire. Ha ha! Jokes. Um, but yeah, Dancing with the Wrong Girl was pretty cool, and Underneath the Afterglow was also cool. Will this be cool? Cold War Love. Um, I'm a little bit nervous about this one because uh, this could be pretty dumb. This could be pretty dumb. Um, but you know what? I don't know it. The last couple were pretty decent. Ah, man, I'm feeling so nervous about this. Yeah, man. Oh, man, random number generator. Why did you do this to me? Hopefully, this is a great song, and I'm really happy with the random number generator. Like, thank you for this great song that no one's going to watch this video for, but thank you for the great song. That's what I got to hope for. Uh, all right, fingers crossed, kids. Cold War Love by Black Star Riders. Pulling up the official lyric video.
Where is the woman that I love? Sent out the ravens before the doves. Don't tell my father, my mother, my daughter, my son. Where is the woman that I love? Where is the woman that I love?
All right. Actually, a very strong start. Yeah. Man, another pleasant surprise thus far. I definitely like the chord choices. I like the rhythm. I like the melody. I like the lyrics. All right. We're getting favorable towards Black Star Riders here. So let's look at these lyrics. Where is the woman that I love? Send out the ravens before the doves. That's a cool line, y'all. That is a cool line because, like, doves, this like symbol of life and peace, and raven is the symbol of death. That's cool. Um, don't tell my father, my mother, my daughter, my son, where is the woman that I love? So you know that's building intrigue right away. Like is that saying like his wife has died and that he is mourning and doesn't want to tell anybody yet, and he's trying to like figure out how to deal with these emotions? Like I don't know where the song is going, but it's built intrigue. Yeah, I think it just like the one track off of Heavy Fire we reacted to first, which I don't remember the name of offhand. What was it? Oh right, When the Night Comes In. Was very disappointing. Felt like a lazy song. Felt like kind of a little bit of a mess. Um, but Dancing with the Wrong Girl was cool. This one is shaping up to be cool. I know Underneath the Afterglow came from the album afterwards, but hey, when you're on a streak, you're on a streak. Black Star Riders.
Where is the woman that I love when all is said and all is done? Don't tell my father, my mother, my daughter, my son. Where is the woman that I love? 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 Why don't you come back to the war? Why don't you come back and even the score? Why don't you come back to the war? 'Cause I believe that what we got is worth fighting for.
Yeah, all right. I'm invested in the narrative. I care about what happens. That was a very good build there. I expected a build there. I expected it. I'm cheating a little bit because I'm looking at the lyric sheet. I'm not looking at the lyric video. Looking at the lyric sheet so I can read them back to you and we can analyze them. But just because I've written so many songs and have analyzed so many songs, I kind of know like what to expect based upon like lyric structure. I just kind of knew it was coming. Um, but the line, why don't you come back to the war? Why don't you come back and even the score? Why don't you come back to the war? Because I believe that what we've got is worth fighting for. So is that saying like the narrator of this song, or it's probably taking going back and forth between different perspectives, because this almost feels like it's a quote, like someone is saying that to the narrator, the protagonist of the song. um, so character A, narrator, protag, um, he is man, getting that southern accent, y'all, from Cleveland, Ohio, but living in Nashville, picking it up. So the protagonist of the song seems to be perhaps a soldier during the Cold War, um, and maybe in some kind of conflict. Because the Cold War, like, it wasn't really an active war between the U.S. and Russia, and more through like uh, satellite states. But his love, his wife somehow died as a consequence of this conflict. Because when there's that line, why don't you come back and even the score, is saying that like, hey, you've lost something because of this, because of the other side. Why don't you rejoin our fight and try to get your revenge? Is kind of how I'm seeing it. So this character was involved in the war, and maybe his lover wife died as a result of the war, and maybe doesn't want to be involved in it, is for some reason like hesitant to return, but he is being pressured to return to get his vengeance. Um, that's kind of how I'm reading it thus far. Very cool song. I'm digging it musically, loving the vibe. Uh, Good hooks, catchy. No complaints.
Where
Good
is
build.
the woman
Good build.
that I
Never
love
mind. Yeah.
worth fighting for? Where is the woman that I love? I'll make sorry good enough. Don't tell my father, my mother, my daughter, my son. Where is the woman that I love? Where is the woman that I love?
Nice held out chord there. Where is the woman that I love? I'll make sorry good enough. Don't tell my father, my mother, my daughter, my son. Where is the woman that I love? Um, All right, so maybe he didn't lose the woman that he loves in this war. Um, so maybe, interesting. So maybe he's just like trying to meet with his wife. Um, yeah, there's the narrative is, there's potential for this to go in a number of ways. So maybe um, he is feeling like regret over like, the actions he took in the war, and then is like coming back home and like wants to just have like an intimate moment with his wife before he sees the rest of his family. Maybe he can't handle seeing the rest of them over the guilt of what he's done. So like he got involved in a conflict, like got pressured into it, and did some things he regrets. Maybe he's a changed man. Maybe he's done some horrific atrocities, some war crimes, and he's just like, looking at himself as a monster. And maybe, the only person he can share that intimacy with is his significant other. And maybe he's, can reveal it to her, but can't reveal it to anyone else. And then is going to, go off into the sunset as he reflects on his sins. Um, yeah, narrative's good. Down with it.
Why don't you come back to the war? Why don't you come back and even the score? Why don't you come back to the war? 'Cause I believe the what we got is worth fighting for. I'm running through this midnight jungle with the crazy things when we're haunted. All those memories lost in time, like tears in the rain. I gotta get her back so I can explain.
All right. I'm running through this midnight jungle. We do crazy things when we're haunted. All those memories lost in time, like tears in the rain. I gotta get her back so I can explain. Yeah, these lyrics are good. So obviously, when you think of like the jungle and Cold War, that's obviously gonna bring back memories of Vietnam, especially for Americans. So running through this midnight jungle, we do crazy things when we're haunted. And so, there are the stories of the war crimes committed during the Vietnam conflict. And so, he is perhaps haunted by, you know, the crazy things that he did. It says we do crazy things when we're haunted. So maybe, haunted by the fear of the enemy killing them. And so when you have that intense fear of the enemy, you do things to the enemy that, like, maybe you wouldn't normally do or a morally upstanding person wouldn't do. But then in turn, you become haunted by those things that you've done. So there's cleverness there. All those memories lost in time, like tears in the rain. Uh, and so I got to get her back so I can explain. So maybe explain like why he left his partner, and went and joined this conflict. Like explain to her what happened, or it's possible that you know the protagonist of the song. Like there's so many ways you can interpret this. It's actually a really meaty song. So yeah, I am glad we're reacting to it. In the sense that you can have a character who like does crazy things when we're haunted. So he could have done some things to cope with that pain because he's haunted by his fears. So, to escape those memories lost in time, uh, he could have done something that could have soured his relationship with his partner because he says, I got to get her back so I can explain. Maybe explain why he fell into drugs, why he fell into an affair, why he did something that was like, as a way of easing that pain, he maybe did something bad that soured his relationship. Um, yeah, there's so much here. Maybe it was alcohol. There's so much here. Really good stuff. Let's get back to it.
Where is the woman that I love? Send out the ravens and the doves. Please help me, my father. Please help me, my mother. I'm done.
Before we get into the nuts bit of the song, please, there's a new line there that's a variation on what we haven't heard before. Please help me, my father. Please help me, my mother. I'm done. Um, I'm getting some Phil vibes from this song, especially the uh a lot of the melody choices seem very Phil-esque, in a good way. Um, yeah, I am thoroughly approving this. I'm going to rewind just a hair, but yeah, I'm down with this song.
Me and my mother around done. Why don't you come back to the war? Why don't you come back and even the score? Why don't you come back to the war? 'Cause I believe the what we got is worth fighting for. Why don't you come back to the war? Why don't you come back and even the score? Why don't you come back to the war? 'Cause I believe the what we got is worth fighting for.
All right. So that was Cold War Love. That was much better than I thought it would be based upon the title. That is a good song. Um, it'd be really nitpicking to complain about it. I think the solo was a little meh. Um, and maybe could have used a stronger ending, but otherwise, I don't really have complaints with it. This was good. This was quite good. And now, boys and girls, the ranking. Oh man, can it get past the solo and Soho barrier? No, no. But I think it is better than Underneath the Afterglow, or very close. If I had just listened to Underneath the Afterglow, I might put it above. But it's just I happen to listen to Cold War Love, and this is just where I'm feeling right now. Yeah, yeah, that's you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put it here simply because it didn't have the issues with the melody that Underneath the Afterglow did, where there was it was overall a good song, but there were some issues with the melody that I had. I didn't really have any melodic issues with this one. So yeah, that is where I will put it, and there we go. So that is the ranking. And I am done with my recording Thin Lizzy Thursdays in advance. So next week will be a hot off the presses for you Thin Lizzy Thursday. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Those of you that have through these weeks of Black Star Riders and me recording in advance. Oh man, that is a double whammy of the algorithm being destroyed. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and also thank those of you who've been reading Radiant Epic. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate everyone who's taken the time to read that. It means so much to me. And yep, stick around next week for more Thin Lizzy Thursday. And you know what? Maybe it's good we're doing all these Black Star Riders in a row because that way, like when Thin Lizzy Thursday comes to an end, it's not all a bunch of Black Star Rider songs. Get it out of the way now. But this was good, and hopefully you guys liked it. Bye, everyone.